Did you know that small habits could be sabotaging your health and reducing your quality of life as you age? Something as simple as the food you choose can have a profound impact on your well-being. For those over 45, the decisions we make at the table become even more critical. Today, we're talking about one item that seems harmless, but could silently be shortening your life: cheese. It's loved by many, but there are hidden truths few people know that can make a big difference to your health. In this video, you'll uncover how this everyday delight can turn into a villain and, more importantly, learn smart choices to protect your longevity. Get ready to understand the secrets behind this common food and discover practical tips to live better. More health, more years, more you. Subscribe to the channel now and discover the secret to longevity in every video, but do it now so you won't regret it later. Cheese is a comfort food for many, but there's more to it than meets the eye. One thing that often goes unnoticed is how some types of cheese are loaded with hidden sodium. Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal with a little salt? The truth is, over time, too much sodium can lead to high blood pressure, which increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. It's a sneaky ingredient that we rarely think about when enjoying our favorite cheesy dishes. For those over 45, this is particularly concerning because the body becomes less efficient at managing sodium as we age. This is why understanding what's in your food is so essential. The challenge with cheese is that it doesn't taste overly salty, so we often underestimate how much sodium we're consuming. A single slice of processed cheese can pack in more salt than a bag of chips, and that's just the beginning. If you're having cheese in your omelet, a sandwich at lunch, and maybe a little as a snack in the evening, those numbers add up quickly. It's not just the quantity that matters, but also the frequency with which we consume it. Over time, this can strain your heart and kidneys without you even realizing it. What makes this even trickier is that not all cheeses are created equal. Hard cheeses like Parmesan and processed varieties tend to have much higher sodium levels compared to fresh options like mozzarella or ricotta. But how often do we stop to read the label when buying cheese? It's something most of us overlook. Yet these small decisions can have a huge impact on your health. Just becoming aware of this difference is a powerful step toward making better choices for your body. It's not about giving up cheese entirely, but learning how to enjoy it wisely. Swapping high-sodium cheeses for lower-sodium alternatives is a simple way to start. You can also look for products labeled as low-sodium or reduced salt at the grocery store. Another effective trick is to balance your meals by incorporating fresh vegetables or whole grains, which naturally help offset the effects of sodium in the body. These small adjustments don't require drastic changes, but can make a big difference in how you feel. One interesting thing to note is how seasoning your food differently can reduce your dependency on salty cheese. Herbs, spices, and even a squeeze of lemon can enhance the flavor of your meals in ways that cheese often does. This doesn't mean you have to sacrifice taste. It's more about exploring new ways to satisfy your palate. Once you try it, you might even find yourself enjoying meals more because they're lighter and leave you feeling energized instead of sluggish. Cheese can still be part of your life, but it's all about moderation and smarter choices. For example, instead of using cheese as the main ingredient in your dish, make it a garnish. Sprinkle it on top of salads or soups rather than layering it thickly in casseroles or pizzas. This way, you still get that delicious cheesy flavor without overloading your system. It's a small change, but one that can significantly reduce the long-term risks associated with excessive sodium intake. At the end of the day, taking care of your health doesn't mean giving up everything you love. It's about understanding what your body needs and making adjustments that align with your goals. For those over 45, these shifts are even more vital, as our bodies rely on us to make choices that support longevity and vitality. Cheese is no exception. It's just one piece of the puzzle in creating a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Another often overlooked aspect of cheese is its saturated fat content. While it adds that rich, creamy texture we love, too much of it can wreak havoc on your cholesterol levels. As we age, our metabolism slows down, and the body becomes less efficient at processing these fats. This can lead to a buildup of LDL, commonly known as bad cholesterol, which increases the risk of clogged arteries and heart disease. What's tricky is that cheese, even in small amounts, can contribute a significant percentage of your daily saturated fat intake. It's easy to lose track, especially when cheese finds its way into so many meals and snacks. The thing about saturated fats is that they're not all bad. But moderation is key. The issue lies in how easily we overconsume them without realizing it. Think about a slice of pizza. It's not just the cheese, but also the butter in the crust or oil in the sauce that adds to the overall fat content. The same goes for lasagna, burgers, or even that creamy mac and cheese. It's not just one meal. It's the cumulative effect of these choices that can lead to health problems over time. For those over 45, this becomes even more critical as the body's ability to recover from dietary excesses diminishes. Reducing saturated fat doesn't mean giving up on your favorite dishes. There are plenty of ways to modify recipes to make them healthier. For instance, you can opt for part-skim or low-fat cheeses, which offer the same creamy texture with much less fat. Some cheeses, like goat cheese or feta, naturally have less saturated fat compared to varieties like cheddar or brie. These alternatives are not only better for your heart, but can also introduce new flavors to your meals, keeping things interesting and enjoyable. It's also worth experimenting with plant-based cheese options. Many of these are made from nuts, seeds, or even legumes, and are designed to mimic the taste and texture of traditional cheese. While not all are created equal in terms of health benefits, many are lower in saturated fat and can be a great occasional substitute. You don't need to replace cheese entirely, but having alternatives on hand gives you flexibility and control over what you're putting into your body. One practical tip for managing your intake is to treat cheese as a treat, not a staple. Instead of having it as a daily part of your meals, reserve it for special occasions or use it sparingly. You can also focus on the quality of cheese over quantity. A small piece of a high-quality aged cheese can be just as satisfying as a large serving of a processed variety. This approach not only helps with portion control, but also encourages you to truly savor and appreciate the flavors. Cheese can still fit into a heart-healthy diet, but it requires mindfulness. Pair it with fiber-rich foods like vegetables or whole grains, which can help offset the effects of saturated fats. For example, a slice of whole grain bread topped with a thin layer of ricotta and fresh tomatoes is a satisfying and balanced snack. These combinations not only taste great, but also support your overall health by providing essential nutrients your body needs as you age. As you rethink how cheese fits into your diet, it's not about restriction, but about making informed decisions. You can still enjoy your favorite dishes while protecting your heart and health. By taking these small steps, you're setting yourself up for better energy, improved well-being, and a lifestyle that supports longevity. Every little adjustment adds up, and your body will thank you for it. Beyond sodium and saturated fat, one of the lesser discussed aspects of cheese is its impact on digestion. For many people, especially those over 45, lactose intolerance becomes more common with age. The body gradually produces less lactase, the enzyme needed to break down lactose, the sugar found in dairy products like cheese. This can lead to uncomfortable symptoms such as bloating, gas, and stomach pain. While some might dismiss these as minor inconveniences, they can significantly affect your quality of life if left unmanaged. What's surprising is that even if you've been enjoying cheese for years without issue, lactose intolerance can still develop later in life. This is why paying attention to how your body reacts to certain foods is so important. Soft cheeses like cream cheese or mozzarella tend to have higher lactose levels, while aged cheeses like cheddar or Parmesan contain much less. Understanding this distinction can make a big difference in how you feel after eating cheese. Sometimes, it's not about eliminating it altogether, but about choosing varieties that are gentler on your digestive system. For those who experience symptoms, there are practical ways to manage them. Lactose-free cheeses are widely available and taste very similar to their traditional counterparts. These products allow you to enjoy your favorite dishes without the discomfort. Additionally, pairing cheese with other foods that aid digestion, such as leafy greens or fermented vegetables, can help balance your gut health. Small adjustments like these can transform your meals into something that nourishes rather than disrupts your body. It's also worth noting that digestive discomfort isn't just about lactose. The richness of cheese can sometimes be hard on the stomach, especially when consumed in large quantities or paired with heavy foods. Think about how you feel after a big plate of cheesy pasta or a heavy lasagna. It's not just fullness, but often a sense of sluggishness or discomfort. This happens because rich foods take longer to digest, putting extra strain on your system. Over time, this can lead to more significant issues if not addressed. One way to ease this burden is by practicing portion control. Instead of loading your plate with cheese-heavy dishes, try incorporating smaller amounts into balanced meals. For example, a salad with a sprinkle of feta or a baked dish with a light topping of Parmesan can give you the flavor you crave without overwhelming your system. It's about finding a balance that works for you and leaves you feeling satisfied, not stuffed. Another helpful strategy is to explore plant-based alternatives or experiment with recipes that use nutritional yeast. This ingredient provides a cheesy flavor without the dairy and is rich in vitamins like B12, which is particularly beneficial for those over 45. These options open up a whole new world of flavors and textures while being kinder to your digestive system. Trying something new can be a fun and rewarding way to enhance your meals. Listening to your body is key. If you notice that cheese leaves you feeling unwell, don't ignore it. Your body is giving you valuable feedback about what it needs and what it doesn't. By making thoughtful choices and paying attention to how different foods affect you, you can enjoy cheese in a way that supports your overall health and well-being. Taking care of your digestion is just one more step toward feeling your best at any age. One important consideration with cheese that often goes unnoticed is its potential link to inflammation. For many people, dairy products, including cheese, can trigger low-grade inflammation in the body. This might not seem like a big deal initially, but over time, chronic inflammation can contribute to serious health issues like arthritis, heart disease, and even certain types of cancer. For individuals over 45, when joint pain or fatigue might already be creeping in, understanding how foods like cheese impact inflammation becomes even more important. What makes this tricky is that inflammation often works silently. You might not connect that aching knee or lingering fatigue to something as seemingly innocent as your favorite cheese. But for some people, the body treats certain proteins in cheese as foreign invaders, leading to an immune response. While this isn't the case for everyone, it's worth considering if you've noticed unexplained aches, pains, or changes in how you feel after meals. A simple way to test if cheese is contributing to inflammation is to try an elimination diet. This involves cutting out cheese for a couple of weeks and observing how your body reacts. If you notice reduced joint pain, improved energy levels, or better sleep, it could be a sign that cheese isn't serving your body well. The good news is that this doesn't have to be permanent. Sometimes, small breaks from inflammatory foods can give your body the reset it needs, allowing you to enjoy them occasionally without negative effects. Inflammation isn't just about cutting things out. It's also about adding anti-inflammatory foods into your diet. Pairing cheese with options like leafy greens, tomatoes, or olive oil can help balance its effects. These foods are rich in antioxidants and healthy fats, which can counteract inflammation and support overall health. For example, a fresh salad with a light sprinkle of goat cheese and a drizzle of olive oil offers flavor and health benefits in every bite. Choosing the right type of cheese can also make a difference. Fermented cheeses, such as blue cheese or certain aged varieties, contain probiotics that may support gut health and reduce inflammation. These probiotics help maintain a healthy balance of bacteria in your digestive system, which plays a critical role in controlling inflammation throughout the body. While not all cheeses offer these benefits, selecting varieties with natural probiotic content can be a smarter choice. Being mindful of portion sizes is another helpful strategy. Even if cheese doesn't directly trigger inflammation for you, overindulging can still put stress on your body. Excess calories, saturated fat, and sodium can exacerbate underlying conditions that contribute to inflammation. By enjoying cheese in moderation and as part of a balanced diet, you can minimize these risks while still indulging in its comforting taste. Taking the time to understand how different foods interact with your body is a form of self-care. For those over 45, paying attention to signs of inflammation and making small adjustments can have a big impact on your long-term health. Cheese doesn't have to be off-limits, but being mindful of how it affects your body and finding ways to balance its potential drawbacks can help you enjoy it without compromising your well-being. Cheese isn't just a health consideration, It's also closely tied to emotional and social experiences, which can make it harder to moderate or adjust your consumption. For many, cheese is synonymous with comfort. A gooey grilled cheese on a cold day or a platter of fine cheeses shared with friends feels like a moment of indulgence and connection. Food carries memories, and cheese often plays a role in gatherings, celebrations, and even personal rituals. But this emotional attachment can sometimes cloud our judgment when it comes to balancing enjoyment with health. The challenge is that comfort foods like cheese often become a go-to solution for stress or emotional fatigue. For those over 45, life can bring a unique set of pressures, career changes, family responsibilities, or even navigating personal health. It's easy to rely on foods that bring a sense of familiarity and relief. While there's nothing wrong with finding joy in food, the key is being mindful of when that joy turns into over-reliance, particularly with something as calorie-dense and nutrient-specific as cheese. Mindfulness can help shift your relationship with cheese without taking away the pleasure it brings. For example, instead of mindlessly eating cheese while watching TV, try savoring it during a meal, paying attention to the texture and flavor. This practice of being present can help you feel satisfied with smaller portions, reducing the likelihood of overindulgence. It also allows you to truly enjoy the experience without guilt or regret. Creating healthier habits around cheese can also involve exploring alternatives that still bring comfort and satisfaction. For instance, roasted nuts, hummus, or avocado spreads can provide a similar rich and creamy texture in snacks and meals. These options not only mimic the indulgent feeling of cheese, but also bring additional nutrients that support heart and brain health. Adding variety to your comfort food repertoire can make healthy eating feel less restrictive and more rewarding. It's also worth exploring how cheese fits into your social life. Instead of centering gatherings around cheese-heavy dishes, try incorporating a mix of foods that balance flavor and health. A charcuterie board, for example, can include fruits, nuts, and whole-grain crackers alongside small portions of cheese. This approach not only adds diversity to your plate, but also encourages your loved ones to make healthier choices without feeling deprived. Small adjustments like these create a ripple effect that benefits everyone. The emotional pull of cheese isn't something to ignore, but it doesn't have to dictate your choices either. By recognizing the role it plays in your life, you can find ways to enjoy it intentionally. Maybe it's reserving cheese for special occasions or choosing a single high-quality cheese to savor during meals. These mindful decisions allow you to maintain the emotional connection while prioritizing your overall well-being. Finding balance is about recognizing that food is more than fuel. It's part of your story. By making thoughtful choices around cheese, you can honor both your health and your emotional ties to this beloved food. It's not about cutting out comfort, but about redefining it in a way that aligns with your goals and values. With a bit of mindfulness, you can enjoy cheese as part of a life that's as rich and fulfilling as its flavors. Taking care of your health doesn't mean giving up everything you enjoy. It's about making smarter choices and embracing balance. Cheese, like so many things in life, can be a source of joy when enjoyed thoughtfully. By understanding how it affects your body and making small adjustments, you're not just protecting your health, but also paving the way for a more vibrant, energetic life. Remember, it's the little decisions we make every day that add up to something truly impactful over time. If you found these insights helpful, there's so much more waiting for you. I've put together a playlist filled with practical tips and valuable advice on how to live longer and better. These videos are designed to help you take charge of your well-being in simple, actionable ways. Whether it's uncovering hidden habits that could be holding you back or learning new strategies to feel your best, there's something for everyone. Click on the playlist right here on the screen and keep exploring. Each video is a step toward creating a healthier, happier version of yourself. Your journey doesn't end here, it's just beginning. Together, let's make every choice count and build a life full of vitality and joy. I'll see you in the next video.